Hello everybody, it's me Poison Ducky again, and today we're going to have another Total War Warhammer 2 replay. Today I'm going to be playing as the Beastmen versus Clan Skyer, the Skaven. And the Skaven have been really popular ever since this new DLC, and I'm having a lot of fun killing them. So let's go right into our army compositions. I went for an extremely aggressive build with Vanguard deployment. I have 4 units of Gore Herd with shields and the Regent of Renown version that can fight forever and has perfect vigor. And I have another just Ungore Herd to make sure I have a wide line. I wanted a wide line in the front. In the back, using my Vanguard deployment, I have them flanked right off the bat with 2 units of Ungore Herd in the shadows and 2 units of Ungore Raiders. They're going to be my ranged, and they're just going to instantly go into flanking them. Got already taking fire. My leader will be Kazarak the One-Eyed on his chariot, his amazing Razor Gore chariot. Oh god, don't hurt him. And I have, as my back line, as my heavy hitters, I have 2 units of Minotaurs with great weapons. They're going to be my anti-large, destroy anything that's bigger than a horse. 2 units of these. And then I have my Regent of Renown monstrous infantry, the Butchers of Kalengard. These are the ROR Minotaurs, and they regenerate and cause terror, so they're pretty much kill everything. Alright, with that, let's look at the Skavens. The Skavens have a very, very similar build to the one I actually had a teammate with my Skink army. He's going to have a unit of Doom Flayers in the front, along with summoning a bunch of clan rats. He has the Regiment of Renown Warp Lightning Cannon, and he has 3 units of Warplock Jezzail snipers, which is quite troublesome. And then he has a infantry line of clan rats of spears, plague monks, and another clan rats of spears. And supporting his front line, he has the rat ogres. Quite a dangerous build, if I don't say so myself. And his hero will just be a normal warlord. He does not have Ikit Claw this time, unfortunately, with a plague priest. Alright, with that being said, let's get into the combat. Since I have Vanguard deployment and deployed literally right in front of his face, the combat's going to start very quickly. The Doomflayers charge into my Gore Herd, and we will have some conflict with the clan rats that were summoned, and here comes the rat ogres smashing through my infantry. Rat ogres are extremely dangerous and pretty much can damage anything, but that's where the counterplay where I go in. I have Minotaurs with great weapons, which have anti-large. Rat ogres are definitely large units, and I've specifically targeted them to go against those rat ogres. And then, of course, I'm using the Regiment of Renown Minotaurs, the cows. I think they have, oh, they're going in. To go against infantry. I'm going to go for these. Go for the rat ogres. Ugh. Alright, that's going to clean that up. On the flanks, he did realize I was flanking him, so my archers will be running away as I engage with my infantry. That will be a nice engagement. And right now we have a pretty good front line. I do summon a Cygor here. He's going to be my artillery. Using some of my magic, I add an extra unit, and he's going to be just throwing huge rocks as my monstrous artillery. Let's go, let's go. Oh god, he got hit in the face by a Warp Lightning Cannon. And again. Oh god, and he fell down. Wow, he's not having a good time. These Doom Flayers are going to be a huge nuisance in my back, as they are anti-infantry, and I have so much infantry, but the Minotaurs, they will just destroy everything. Minotaurs anti-large and armor piercing will destroy the Doom Flayers in just a few hits. Over here, it's just a grind, just a bunch of large units, along with a little bit of infantry versus this horde of Skaven. Unfortunately, the main damage here is actually not the infantry, but it's the Warplock Jezzail sniping at my Minotaurs, but it's okay because I have the flanks secure. I will win this battle in the flanks because I have archer cover and the numbers advantage here. And when the Skaven have the Skaven lose to a numbers advantage, you know it's bad. I do get some Minotaurs into the Warplock Jezzails, and then he quickly responds with a unit of summoned clan rats. He's retreating his snipers, and that's fantastic for me as they can't shoot as long as they're retreating. And then I get good old Kazarak back in the fight to raise our leadership and buff everyone's stats. Unfortunately, my Cygor is down, getting destroyed by the artillery that I need to get rid of, but my first priority was to get rid of the snipers as they were doing the most damage to my Minotaurs. Alright. It is clear at this point that we have won the northern flank, and my forces will be going for the kill against the snipers. Snipers have no cover, and they're just running. Archer fire. He will try to intercept them with rat ogres, but there's only 4 of them, and it's just not enough. I'm going to be firing all my arrows into these rat ogres. Very easy to hit. And they only stop one of my units. The other unit will continue on to go into there. Alright, back here in the front line, it is a costly battle with my regenerating Minotaur still going at him, and so many summoned units to slow me down. I summon another Cygor, and he's going to be focusing on that. Throw the rock. I believe in you. Ugh. You missed. What? Okay. It was a feint. It was a feint throw. Go. All right. At this point, my units do start to rally. I have units that rally back, and because their leadership is going back up, and I send them back in. The best thing is that my units actually retreated. When they lost their leadership, they ran over this way to the left. And that way I get a nice curve back into the enemy artillery to finally shut it down. He tries to intercept with 1 unit, but again, I have the numbers advantage. And if the Skaven don't have the numbers advantage, then that's a problem for them. A huge problem. I've successfully taken out one of these Warplock Jezzails. One of them is still firing, but I can get rid of that very quickly. Unfortunately, he does summon some more units. Oh, these aren't summons. These are just clan rats. But they rout easily under leadership problems. I get my leader on his chariot to run through all these Warplock Jezzails. They have no melee defense and will take a lot of damage from charges. As my Minotaurs clean them up. Let it be known that I was actually losing the battle. About in the middle of the battle, my balance of power was actually towards his favor, but we turned it around, which made me quite happy. We have a full surround, and once leadership is broken for the Skaven, it's gone. And this is just cleanup crew. We finally pushed through the millions of rats and got a good flank on all his ranged units. I don't think I could have done it without taking out ranged units. I think it's very important here that when you make armies, you think of the enemy's strengths, and in this case, because of the new DLC, everyone knows that Warplock Jezzails and Rattling Gun teams are going to be used, but always have a way to stop enemy missiles, especially when they have powerful ones like this. You see, in this build, I have so many infantry, all of them with shields, with the exception of the Minotaurs with great weapons. And he was correct to target the Minotaurs with great weapons with his Warplock Jezzails. But the problem is, every time I summoned a Cygor, he changed his fire and focused on the Cygor. The Cygor is a summoned unit and will die over time anyway. So you're wasting a little bit of ammo there. And if you see, most of the killing power, like my normal Ungorher, didn't kill too many. I mean, 45, 45, 2. That's quite awful. The Goreherd, 42, 61, 5, 52 for the Regent of Renown. Strangely, the Archers, the cheapest unit in this army, actually got 64 and 28. But it was really the Minotaurs that pushed me through. Killing those Rat Ogres was extremely important in stopping their power, the meat of their force. And of course, having my Brave Shaman of the Wild to use magic and summon those Cygors, and then my general actually got really, really sniped out in the beginning of the game. He lost more than half of his health right off the bat against the snipers as he focused extremely hard, but then he came back in and he dealt a good amount of damage and disrupted his sniper line. So what to learn from this? Find ways to stop their projectiles, which was very important in this fight as the Beastmen. And yeah, he had a very elite army of only 587 deployed, which is a very small number for Skaven. Well, I almost doubled his number, which is fantastic. Well, I hope you liked the video. Leave a like if you liked it, or subscribe if you want to see more for Total War Warhammer 2. And thanks for watching, guys.